All right, everybody. Welcome to day 28 of my Forex trading journey. I hope each and every one of you are having an absolutely amazing day, start to your day so far. And this is going to be the last day of the trading week. So we've gone ahead and started not necessarily started the party. This is about 30 minutes after I start my trading session. So I've gone ahead and I have placed a trade on both gold versus USD and gold versus the euro. Both of them are sell trades at the moment. And if we go ahead and we take a look right here, we could definitely see, a couple of things. One, we have this nice bearish market that just happened right here. So prices are indeed creating lower highs, creating lower lows. Now, something to also keep in mind is that we have this gorgeous, absolutely amazing double top right here. And a double top, and again, a lot of this you don't need to know if we're just kind of saying, hey, we're looking for trades. But I figured I'd go ahead and just delve a little bit more into what I'm seeing right here. But the idea is that, when you get a chart that kind of looks like an M, now it may not exactly look like the most beautiful M that you'd ever see in your life, but if you could see a M shape form generally with the candles, that confirms that you're looking at a double top situation. Now, ultimately, what that means in the grand scheme of things is that we had a mini uptrend that developed right here that is now reversing into a downtrend, which is perfect if you are indeed looking for the sell opportunity. So that is where the sell is coming from when we're looking specifically at gold versus USD. And then as we go ahead and as we look at gold versus euro, we can go ahead and it's not, I don't want to necessarily say it's as beautiful as of what we were seeing with gold versus USD, but I also kind of do see the same thing. We had a massive downward trend that was yesterday. And then we can see that the market has been moving in this double top shape for gold versus euro as well. So those were some of the confirmations I'm looking for as far as looking for opportunities for trades. And again, I'm looking for a sell trade for both gold versus euro and also looking for a sell trade for gold versus USD. And then everything else, UK oil, it's not ready. Platinum is not ready. Silver versus USD is not ready, nor is US oil. So those are the opportunities that are not there for us at this particular moment. So we're going to go ahead and focus on both gold pairs right now. So this will actually be the last, well, not the last day, I should say. There are always going to be episodes where I may come back and review some subjects on both Unshakable and both you You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins on later episodes. However, this is going to be the last core component from You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins that I learned as a student of the book. And so this will be the last day that we talk about some of those core components, and then we're going to be able to move forward in the next week. And so with all that being said, I want to talk about the subject of what if. Now, what if in this situation is a question that we all find ourselves asking. However, whenever we ask what if, most of the time, and I'm not judging anybody, of course, I'm not wanting to cast that particular judging energy. This is more so I've gathered from a lot of people in my life that whenever we ask the what if question, it's all most of the time it's portrayed in the negative context. What if inflation hits an all-time high and we can't afford everything? What if what if this particular venture doesn't go well? What if the weather changes from sunny to rainy? A lot of those particular questions right there. Now, with that being said, we can also ask what if. So a lot of those questions, whenever we ask what if, we could always also frame it in the sense of, okay, Can we ask what if in this situation? What if this venture goes well? What if it stays sunny? What if inflation goes down and, we're able to not necessarily maybe go back to where things were beforehand, but what if there were things where inflation wasn't such a big, huge talking point anymore? A lot of those questions I don't hear as much. And again, that's spawning from internal optimist mode. I know that's not easy for a lot of individuals that are out there, but the idea is that we want to take the concept of what if and turn it around from a what's considered a negative connotation and more so spin that towards a positive one. And so whenever we ask the question, what if, what in this space of forex trading, there are questions, right? What if this doesn't go well? What if I just blow my account day by day? What if we never move forward and we never get to that 10, 11, 12 counting figure status, that master investor status? Those are very easy what if questions to answer or to ask, I should say. However, what we could also do that's simple, maybe not necessarily easy, but what's simple is what if this goes well? What if we're able to generate an additional simple source of income that we can all benefit from and ultimately turn that into a wealthy income that allows us to live the life of their dreams? We could also ask those particular questions as well. And by asking those particular questions, that neutralizes self-doubt and haters, right? And and I don't mean to label haters as haters. Let's more so just label it as negative energy just for simplicity's sake. What if this goes well? What if we're able to continue to grow and compound our accounts? What if by learning this skill, I'm able to not only impact myself, but my friends, my family, friends, people out there in the world? What if I'm able to impact entrepreneurs by allowing them to get this skill set, generate their own income, allow them to pursue their passions, pursue their endeavors? And what if by doing that, that puts a lot of unnecessary stress out of the equation by having to go to a bank, by having to go on, and I love these guys, so uh, it feels so kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Counterintuitive for me to say this, but what if we don't need people to go on Shark Tank anymore or Dragon's Den? What if by having this skill set and by getting the finances, they can go ahead and just pursue their dreams and not feel that restriction? It's those what if questions that again will neutralize self-doubt from what I'm doing. And so that allow if by allowing myself to ask those what if questions, I'm able to continue to go in my own direction and show people how I'm trading, show people how I'm doing, even though there is a lot of scary other what if questions that can come to mind as well. And by doing it in this way, it silences negativity. It's a reminder that you don't really know what you're capable of until you put everything you've got on the line. Now, I was reading this particular or I got this particular quote on yesterday's day 4 of the ClickFunnels challenge that I've been telling a lot of people of, and that I've been putting out some content for it. If you've not checked out those videos and you're interested in how that process works, or you desire to know how that process works, check that out. I've got a whole series based on that, a whole playlist that I know you guys will absolutely love. But the idea is in this particular meeting that we went to, or this particular, yeah, this particular session, this particular day, I wrote something that was super powerful that I wanted to go ahead and share with you. And it was so, I say a lot of things. I always say this, and it's always mind blowing whenever I hear these things, but it is funny how all that does come into reality. And oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is actually on a compound psychology session that Dr. Luis Ariaza and another gentleman that I do respect, Tom Chenault, was on yesterday, and they were talking about trader psychology and how to make yourself better and put yourself in the mindset of how to be in the mindset of just trading in the financial markets. And one of those quotes, or one of the things that Tom Chenault talked about, was get the gift of desperation and do it yourself. And it for me, it ties into what this last quote that we talked about from You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, a reminder that you don't really know what you're capable of until you put everything you've got on the line. See, that gift of desperation, it's not a bad thing. I'm not framing it in the sense of, oh, I'm super desperate or anything like that. You know, of course, I've got other things that I do where, in a sense, I will be okay one day if, I'm not totally successful in the trading market, mind you. But the idea of being desperate and putting yourself in this position where, you're the person to go ahead and pioneer, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to trade. Let's go ahead and let's do this, and allow me to show you the way. It's that, and not only that, but then doing everything else on top of that to, is in a nutshell, do everything that it takes to make this work, is a super powerful place to be in, because it makes the impossible feel at least a little more possible. And whenever we can go ahead and frame it, or put ourselves in the lens of anything that is impossible, and frame it in the sense of improbable with a added chance of possibility, like there is a possible chance that this works, then indeed I go to the quote, anything is possible. Because at the end of the day, there is, for me, a vision that says this does work, this can work, and not only can this work for myself, because the universe is not a respecter of people, but other people can go ahead and do this as well, and do it just like I'm doing, and make trading as simple as possible. I was doing this ad, and you guys are going to be seeing this particular ad at some point later today, I imagine. But as I was doing this ad, I was looking at these little post-its that I created, and I was looking at all these different things I used to do back when I first started trading. So I'm looking at, I don't know if we're ever going to talk about these. I might just show it just for just to kind of show you how crazy trading used to be for me. But no, I'm looking at stochastic oscillator, exponential moving average. You've got RSIs, and what else do we have here? This is just, you're going to be like, what the hell? What in the world are you reading to me, Jordan? I'm like, I don't know. Read charts for hours per day. I mean, 5 hours per day. I am reading charts for that amount of time, but that's, it's better than how I used to read it, which was a lot longer than that. You need lots of money to invest. Give me your capital and I'll invest it for you. If it is a bull on one time frame, we must go to a smaller time frame to confirm same direction. A lot of stuff right here. Buy my investing program for money. Multiple indicators for maximum results. Must have a finance degree to invest. Wyckoff method. Limited. Excuse me. Limited trade opportunities. You only need one pair to take one trade. So a lot of stuff. Let me put this away. A lot of stuff. And to the person that's just coming in, and that's how I captured the ad that you guys are about to see. It was just like, that's overwhelming for somebody. Especially if you're just beginning. That's like, whoa, like that's just a lot. That's in the sense way too much. And when I framed it in that perspective, it's not to scare anybody away from the market, but I realized, okay, there is a simpler way to do this, because when you put all those factors together, I'm going to just take the sell right here for gold versus euro. I'm going to take this sell for gold versus USD. And I do not have anything else to go ahead and pay attention to. So we're going to go back and just take a look at these two pairs. But coming back to the story, the idea is that if we frame it in the sense you have to learn all these different things at the same time in order to make money, then yes, it does feel impossible at that point when we want to go ahead, when we want to participate in the trading market. However, if we instead find a more simple solution, if someone is able to point the path, then it's still not going to be easy. I guarantee you nothing comes easy, especially if you really want it. However, if I can point a simpler way, and that was the idea, that's the idea of this podcast, that's the idea of what we're doing here. If I can place a simpler way to do this for everybody, then we can at least make what would felt impossible at the time just a little bit more probable. And if we could frame it in a sense of it's a little bit more probable that this guy right here is talking on the microphone right here, he's the one who's doing it, then what's stopping me from doing it? Because I am nobody special. And I will very much guarantee that I am nobody special. I have my unique excellence, but I am not special. Everyone has their unique excellence. And so it's a matter of understanding that, okay, if I am not special, I just have my own unique way of doing things. Then can I follow what this guy who's doing his unique thing is doing and essentially do the same thing? Make a long story short, if I could do it, you can do it. The power and permission to face down your darkest demons, your very worst memories, and accept them as part of your history. And I have come to accept a few things in my life, a few things that I may not want to go ahead and share on. And I talked about it, while I have gone to therapy and I have shared those moments with my therapist. And I do feel that at some point I want to go ahead and share what I have been through as a sense of, not to give myself pity, but to give inspiring message to say that, if I came out of this storm, you guys can come out of it too. But I also do know that a lot of that is just going to be very vulnerable for me. And while I have opened it up to a particular audience, I do know I'm going to need time to open myself up a lot more in that situation to everybody else. And I understand that, and that's absolutely okay. And, as far as opening ourselves up to this or, anything that we have to face and anything that we have to accept, I know that's not an easy journey, especially since, we are programmed, our brain is programmed to protect us from our mind. Is a 2,000-year-old defense mechanism that is used to protect us from everything that's bad, to not have to face everything that is scary, to face everything that is going to put us in a state of uncomfortability. The brain's not designed for that. The brain is just here to comfort, secure, and protect ourselves. And so we can sometimes get in our own way. So there will be points where I may share those stories. May not certainly be now, but at least I could take a look at those memories and realize, hey, it is a part of who I am. And if I didn't go through those particular moments, good or bad, I would not be the person I am sitting at this microphone and doing the thing. If and when you do that, you will be able to use them as fuel to envision the most audacious, outrageous achievement and go-getting attitude that you've ever been a part of. Now, I did paraphrase that last statement right there, but more to the point, if we are able to embrace all that and understand that even through all that, we're here, we're doing the thing. I always say to myself off air, and maybe I don't do a whole lot of it on air, but I am very grateful to be in this situation where I can go ahead, take trades, show everybody, okay, this is what I looked at. This is where I noticed the reason why this particular down arrow for me is there. I could put a lot more context as to, okay, there's more than just this arrow that's telling me that this is a great trade and that I need to go ahead and take it. And I'm also grateful to be put in a position where, even in my failures in this, I'm grateful to not only to be able for myself to learn, okay, we can't use the strategy, but now you guys know, okay, this isn't the strategy either. We can go ahead and cross that out on the list of potential strategies. And then we just go ahead and keep going down the list to see, okay, what's the next phase of the strategy that we can use? For those that have not been, for those that are watching this on day one, remember, this is phase two for some of these pairs in my strategy, and platinum is only on phase 5. So going down my past of day one to day 27, 28 videos, there have been tweaks I've had to do. There have been things that we have won on and things that we have lost on. And what we have to realize is that, that's okay, because that does allow us to move forward and be able to grow our account, understanding and knowing that we already went through the storm, if you will, that we've gone ahead and we've come out the other side with a little bit more knowledge in our brains and a little bit more insight as to, we saw this before. We have a video recorded documentary of me doing the strategy that either worked or didn't work. And so now we can make adjustments based on that so we can keep moving forward as traders. And that's generally what I want, is to, yes, the success is important to me, of course. I certainly do desire to grow my own account. At the same time, if by showing people the way and showing them a way, it's like, okay, you could do the same thing. I'm not, I don't have any special forex powers. Like I do have my own sense of magic, right? But my magic is not different to anyone else. My strategy might be different, and my strategy is my own. But that's just one facet of and I talked about this before, the avatar trading, where you have the action, you have the emotion, you have the plan, and you have the strategy. Plan and strategy are different in my opinion. And I'll get down. I know when we talk about the avatar a little bit more, I will go into that deeper. But do know that even though the strategy is different for me from anyone else, everything beyond the strategy is not so different. And so as you watch this, do know that you and me are not so different. Now, I do believe that we are the same. We are of the same soul. We are of the same beliefs, desires to do absolutely amazing, not only in the financial market, but to change our lives financially. And so as I'm speaking to what I like to call kin on this particular broadcast, I do want you to know that whatever I'm doing, you could do the same exact thing that I'm doing. And by framing it in that context, it's super powerful. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and close our first trade of the day for gold. It was at 29 pips, so maybe like about 2 cents away from getting 30 pips. It did hit the 30 pip mark before I closed that trade, but again, that's okay. I'm 2 cents. I'm not going to complain about 2 cents, and no one should complain about 2 cents when you made about 29 pips off of a trade. So awesome there. Right now we've got gold versus euro. That's still moving down. It looks like our down arrow also moved over to the next candle. So that's going to be, I'm going to be looking at a trade at that particular point as well. Gold is still rolling. And then as far as UK oil, nothing there. As far as platinum, nothing there. As far as silver, nothing there. And oil, nothing there as well. So we're still into some of these trades. And when I have a further update for you guys, I will definitely let you know. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and place a sell right here for gold. I'm also going to go ahead and collect my 30 pips off of one of our other sell trades for gold versus euro as well. So you saw me open one trade and close one trade. So that was pretty awesome that we were able to go ahead and get that done. As far as gold, we could see that we are moving forward in that direction right now. That gold trade is still taking place. We got two sell trades on gold versus euro, and we've got nothing doing on some of these other pairs as of this particular moment. So right now, I'm looking at both of these trades right here, and we're still monitoring them, still wanting to see exactly what they are indeed going to do. And when I have further updates for you guys, I will definitely let you know. All right, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and close that gold trade right there. We were able to get 30 pips in profit. So we're done with gold for at least for right now. So we're able to chalk up a couple of victories right there. Gold versus euro, we are still allowing those two particular trades to play out. Excuse me, not for UK oil, nothing right there. Platinum, nothing right there. Silver, nothing right there. And US oil, nothing right there. So really, excuse me, our main focus right now is indeed on gold versus euro. So I'm monitoring those two open sell trades that we have right now. And of course, if I do have a further update for you guys, I will definitely let you know. All right, everybody. So I'm going to actually come here. We're going to go live on this because we have got some red folder news that is taking place at this particular moment. We saw last time with what happened when we had red folder news. So we're going to go ahead and watch the same thing happen at this particular point. We're going to see exactly how price wants to go ahead and move. So I've got my eyes on the trigger, uh, or I guess my eyes on the screen, and a finger on the trigger. Like, so some of the things I say sometimes are the darndest. But yep, we are watching to see what happens. And while we did have some major movement in the markets yesterday, every red folder news is going to be different. So all we really have to do is just figure out exactly or see exactly how price is indeed going to move. So we've got we're about a minute into that red folder news right now. Now, I am going to go ahead and take a look at forexfactory.com while we got all this up right here and just see, okay, is there anything else we want to pay attention to? Is there any other red folder news that might be out there? So we do in fact not only have this, but we also have the red folder news that takes place at about 8 o'clock, but we'll be out in the market by that. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It'd be about 8 o'clock. So we're not out of the markets at that time. So again, we just have to understand that whether it's this news or the other news, it's just something that we want to go ahead and at least have our minds on. But looks like for right now, there's not a whole lot going on with in respect to the red folder news, how price is moving. So in that particular case, I'm going to go ahead and just keep monitoring this trade on my side. And when I have a further update, I'll let you guys know. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and close out one of my gold versus euro trades. It did get to 30 pips, but it pulled back just a little bit. So we were only able to get to about 28, 29 pips. But again, I'm not going to complain. That is a victory for us. So I will take it. We got one more trade in progress with gold versus euro. And then just taking a look at everything else. So I don't have anything as of yet for anything. So a little bit light in the trading day today, but that's absolutely perfect. Again, every particular trading day is different. We don't need to have a million different trades going on. We'll take exactly what the market gives us. So I'll be monitoring this particular trade on gold versus euro, see exactly what's going to happen with this particular pair. And then as soon as I have an update for everybody, I will let you guys know. Okay, so gold just kind of took off there in the opposite direction. So I'll go ahead and close that out. So no longer in any gold trades, no longer in any gold versus euro trades, I should say, no longer in any gold versus USD. Again, nothing on oil, nothing on platinum, nothing on silver, and nothing on oil as of yet. So I'm going to go ahead and keep monitoring the market, see if we get any opportunities that come our way. But so far, everything has been looking absolutely amazing today. I'm very grateful to go ahead and be able to participate on this beautiful trading day so far. And Again, I won't rush into any opportunities if they don't come our way. So if there is anything that's out there, I'll definitely give you guys an update and we'll keep it moving from there. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and execute a buy trade on platinum. As we could see, we had a down hour that just a buy hour that just moved over to the next candle. We had a buy hour previously come over to this particular candle right here. Now I'm going to measure the low point of this candle, which is about 898 for our strategy. So let me do that. Let me do that. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. So if I go down to about 150, that is going to be 896.45. Let's call it that. Although, what was the low point on this candle? 896.86. So it wasn't at 896. What did I call? This is just okay. 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 Calm down, Jordan. This is why we calm down in these situations. Okay, so 150 is 896.45. Try that again. 896.45. That's beautiful right there. Okay. So we're in a buy trade for a platinum. As long as this candle also stays closed with the buy hour, that means we will execute another buy trade at that particular point. And again, we are just allowing this particular trade to play out. Just taking a look at some of the other pairs we've got going on right here. Gold, we do not have anything. Gold versus euro, we do not have anything. We have nothing on UK oil, nothing on silver, and nothing at US oil at this particular time. So right now, we are currently monitoring just platinum, at least for the moment. And of course, if I have any further updates on this particular on this particular pair, then I'll definitely let you guys know. And in the meantime, stay tuned. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and place a sell trade right here because our candle did break this particular line. So we have closed out our buy trade that we had effectively. So we're going to delete that line. And again, we'll still be on this particular pair right here. If the buy arrow does decide to still be there, so if the buy arrow continues to exist, then we will go ahead and still look to place another opportunity. Again, we have about 10 minutes before this particular candle does indeed close, so we'll need to wait a little bit there. I've got nothing on gold, nothing on the other gold, nothing on oil, nothing on silver, and nothing at US oil at this particular time. So I'll definitely keep the eye out to determine what happens to this particular pair. And for an update, feel free to stay tuned and we will indeed find out. All right, everybody, I'm going to go into one more buy trade with platinum. We could see that the buy arrow has moved over to the next candle. Did close the buy arrow still intact, so we will go ahead and take that. I'm going to be looking at the low point right here. Now, the low point for this particular candle, and I'll just make sure that that is indeed the case. Okay, that's 895.47. So let me actually go down just a little bit. Come on. Can we do a little bit big, a little bit more, a little bit more? Yeah, you got to be real finicky with the with the crosshair tool just a little bit now. You know what? I'll put it right. Okay, hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's 150, 893.87. Perfect. Okay. So I've got that right there. So that will be where our target will be for platinum. And so we got one open platinum trade. So let's take a look at everything else that we have right here. Nothing on gold, nothing on gold versus euro, nothing on UK oil, nothing on silver, and nothing on US oil as of yet. Still not a whole lot of opportunity for us as of right now, but that's absolutely okay. Again, we don't necessarily need to get into a whole lot of opportunities. We're every trading day is different. Sometimes we take a lot of trades and sometimes we don't. And we've been able to see how that has evolved, especially over the past 28 days that we have been together. And again, the reason I am looking at platinum as an opportunity is indeed the fact that prices, I'm looking at price structure for platinum. And I've noticed that there has been a particular support that platinum has not gone ahead and has broken yet. We could see that, while I have my line right there at 893.83, I could see even just a little bit below that line. That would be where the true support would be for platinum. So, again, I don't mind getting into a buy trade. I'm sure if platinum does break that support, the buy arrow would not be there. So I'm certainly comfortable and confident with taking this particular trade. And now it's just a matter of allowing the trade itself to go ahead and play out. So I will go ahead and monitor platinum for everybody. And then as soon as I have updates, I'll let each and every one of you know. All right, everybody. So we're back, and I want to go ahead and stay with you guys as we get through these last 15 minutes of the trading day. It's a and the trading week really. And again, I know that what's funny is, of course, we didn't trade Monday because it was Indigenous Peoples Day, and that was a bank holiday, and I don't like trading on bank holidays. But even without that extra day of trading, there's so much that I was able to learn, experience, and be able to bring to you guys that it felt like we had a full week of trading planned anyway. And let's recap. We had some strides with platinum. We're still working on, I believe it's phase 5 of the strategy. And, starting from when we started this account last Friday to hold it for a week is pretty good. I'd like to see how this particular pair holds up over the weekend. And, when we come back to the trading desk on day 29 on Monday. Then, as far as gold is concerned, we're able to make some very, very, very good strides with gold. We're able to go ahead and get some victories right there that were needed. That allows us to push our account towards the next direction. Then gold euro, same thing. We were able to go ahead and make sure that it is moving in the right direction as well. So that's super beautiful that we were able to do that. UK oil, we were able to discover some great things about UK oil, and we also went ahead and we discovered some what I like to call challenging things about UK oil in terms of the way that it trades. So we're going to go ahead and evolve this strategy further as we move forward throughout the week. So I'm very excited to bring UK oil into our trading pair family, as it will. Silver, we had some opportunities, and then of course we also was able to see what Red Folder News does to silver back on the last day. We were able to see that on day 27. So it allows us to say, hey, we're not out of the game. It's all just a matter of coming back and just making sure that we are able to go ahead and put everything together as we move forward. And then US oil, that's the only thing we really haven't been able to see a lot of opportunities out for that particular pair. So I am hoping we're able to get some things as we move forward throughout the next trading week. Now, as far as the real account is concerned, I'm really confident on 3 pairs so far. I'm very confident on putting gold versus USD on there, gold versus euro, absolutely. And I'm also confident with putting uh silver on there because we were able to get some success with silver as far as that is concerned, even when we had it on the live account. So I'm confident with those 3 pairs. Everything else, I'm still not confident because we're not able to grow our account effectively, compound our account effectively with the appropriate strategy. So we need to still test it on the demo account. And that's what I preach to everyone who listens to these videos. Don't start all right away on a live account. Rather, I'd rather you go through the experimentation, especially if you're following along with my strategy, if you're wanting to also make it your own, you definitely want to practice and experiment with the demo account first. Make sure that that is a viable option on demo before you translate that over into the real account. That's really the biggest secret right there when it comes to trading, more so than anything else that I would teach you on this particular channel. And then as far as what our plans are, I do have a new ad that's going to be coming out for this channel that I'm very excited to get out to you guys at some point during today. Well, this would be Friday, so October 14th. So some point today on October 14th. Don't know specifically when, but I don't know the how, the when on that part, but I know the what and the why, of course, to bring more awareness to the channel. Just let everyone know, hey, this is what we're doing, and you have the opportunity to grab free education, free financial investing education on this particular channel. And also, I have a new deeper mindset that's going to be coming out at some point this Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. And then Sunday, I am putting together a new series. I've been really investing my a new relationship, a new partnership with a well-respected guy out in the trading industry, a well-respected guy out in the health industry. His name is Coach Cliff, and I've just had a fantastic, beautiful relationship with him. So I'm looking forward to debuting a new series. It'll be up on this channel, so it's not going to go anywhere necessarily. So be on the lookout for that. I do believe that's going to be on this Sunday. So check it out. So a weekend full of content. And then of course, we're right back at it on Monday as we we kick off the next trading week. And that means, of course, I am going to go ahead and put together a new trading pair, a new financial instrument I'll be placing together in our collection of instruments, because again, the only way to keep growing is to go ahead and keep experimenting and trying something new. As far as what that particular pair will be, I see, this is as far as I should say how that pair will come to be. I'm not sure. I know the what is to get a new pair, and I know the why is to experiment more and to trade more and to find new trading opportunities. But exactly the name of that pair, when all that's going to take place, well, I always say to stay tuned. So we're going to go ahead and stay tuned on that. But this has been a beautiful week so far. And then, of course, we've gone ahead and we finished recapping my next book that really stood apart from me. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Again, I love that book so much, and I truly encourage each and every one of you to go ahead and pick up a copy of that. It's a beautiful, fantastic book, along with Unshakable by Tony Robbins. I'm sure those two books will come back in conversation at some point during the channel. When that's going to take place, I don't know, but I know the what and the why beyond that as well. So, of course, what that means is that I will be looking at a new book to go ahead and look out for. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And then, other than that, I know that we haven't had a mastermind interview in quite a while. I'm actually looking at a few potential guests to get on the show. I know I promised I believe last week that one of my favorite podcasters was going to come on. There are a bit of schedule conflicts both on our side. I do take responsibility that, a lot of my time this week has been really focused on the Your First Funnel Challenge by Russell Brunson. Just an absolutely amazing individual. And I can't be forever grateful that he put together that challenge. And whether or not I continue to get into business with him, that is up for the universe to decide. However, what I will say is that I've been so open to, building up my own website that I know I've been talking about that it's coming, but of course, there have been so many little life events here and there that I couldn't necessarily get to that point. But I will be focused on getting that particular part or new part of the website created. And of course, you'll learn more about that as we evolve the ClickFunnels series a little bit more. So as you could tell, there's a lot of things that are going on right now, a lot of interesting, a lot of new things, a lot of things that in some point in time, while overwhelming and making me nervous, uh, right at this moment, I know that I'm excited about the prospect that once these things come to fruition, it is all the more going to be a lot more beautiful than even I can imagine at this particular point right now. So, a lot of amazing things, a lot of great things that are coming along. So while we go ahead and we wait for these last 5.5 minutes to close, I do want to go ahead and give you where you can go ahead and reach me in case you have any questions. Of course, if you have a question, feel free to go ahead and put it on the YouTube channel comments down below. Any question whatsoever, feel free to go ahead and do that on any video. I make sure to take a look and see the best way that I can address that either on the comment itself or if it's something that we can go ahead and talk about right here on the show. And then, of course, you can also find me at the following Facebook. You can find me at Jordan Rosario, and Instagram. You can follow me at Jordan Rosario 777. And then Twitter, you can follow me at WC_Empresario. And again, if you have any questions and don't feel like using YouTube, you can use any of those three channels to ask me a question, and I'll make sure that I can cover it and get to it when I can. So once again, this has been absolutely beautiful, just being able to count down these last 5 minutes before the training week is over for me, that I go ahead and turn a new leaf to the weekend and then get myself ready, get myself rested, recalibrated for the trading week. And that's the beautiful of this skill. The real analysis that comes into it is me just doing the trades from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. my time. And I really don't spend any more time on the charts other than that. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary to study these charts and go through and go through past days, weeks, months, because again, all of that is yesterday's, Phil. I have to focus on what is happening at this particular moment. Now, mind you, there is some data that I use. For example, all these candles right here. There is some recent data that I use, but I don't feel like going back months and months and months ago is absolutely necessary. Understanding that that was past history. They say that history can repeat itself, but yeah, in Forex market, that's a very dangerous trap to put yourself in, to think that what happened beforehand. I remember hearing these stories about all these different what I like to call, and I did it myself when I was before I really started this channel, when I was doing my own teaching, and this was before I really got into the mindset of what I'm doing right now. I used to look at supports from yeah, no joke on this. I used to look at supports from 1998 and resistances from 2005 and use that to help people with trading. And I found out, wow, absolutely unnecessary, and that is not a great use of my time there. So again, things do evolve as you start to gain and grow in experience, and that's what we're doing right here. We're starting to realize what's working and what is irrelevant, and the things that are irrelevant we're throwing away, and we're looking for better strategies to come. So got about 2 minutes before the trading week is over. So other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing how I move forward after this ClickFunnels challenge, just personally. We're about to do day 5 today, and then we're going to have a big celebration and recap on the whole event and everything tomorrow. So that's going to be absolutely incredible. And then, well, the universe will tell me exactly what schedule I have moving forward, and it's going to be absolutely amazing and absolutely beautiful. So we're taking away, this is what platinum is looking like right now. As far as everything else is concerned, let's take a look. Okay, nothing really right there, nothing really right there, nothing really right there, nothing really right there, nothing really right there either. So this seems to be our last stop on the train right here. Oh, actually, if the buy arrow moves over to the next candle, I might take a look. Oh, wait a minute, it disappeared. So we're going to go ahead and actually do a sell right there, and that takes us out. Okay, so that's about it for the trading week right now. So again, this is phase 5 of our platinum strategy. And again, this is all done in the demo account to make sure that we can actually grow with this account. And I know that this strategy is different from all the other pairs that we've been doing, but also I have to understand that platinum has its own set of rules that I have to go ahead and adjust to each and every time. And as we trade this pair a bit more, we get a bit familiar with this particular pair as well. So that is going to be it for platinum, at least for right now. I don't believe we're going to get another opportunity in these next 15 minutes. And doesn't look like any of the other pairs are going to go ahead and do that for us as well. So once again, if you have any questions, feel free to either drop a comment on the YouTube channel below. Feel free to also ask me a question on these particular channels as here as well. Get back to you when I can. And then other than that, everybody have a amazing, beautiful rest of your day. Amazing, beautiful rest of your weekend. And as always, happy trading.